Traditional teaching has been happening here on the prairies for millennia among Indigenous communities through their oral teachings.
But contemporary education began here in Saskatchewan when it was still considered to be a part of the Northwest Territories.
The Little Stone Schoolhouse opened its doors in 1887, only 4 years after Saskatoon's establishment, providing pioneer children with access to education. Originally located on Broadway, where Victoria School now resides, it was moved to the university in 1911 due to its increasing number of students and lack of space. Though it is considered to be the beginning of contemporary education here on the prairies, things were very different during this time in education.
The Little Stone Schoolhouse was a one-room schoolhouse, meaning all grades were in a shared room. Teachers had to be knowledgeable in each grade's content, as well as be capable of multitasking and managing a large group of children and their varying learning abilities. Many students were from farming homes, so attendance at that time was not always frequent, and many students dropped out after only completing grade 8. School buses did not exist at this time either, meaning students either had to walk or travel by horse. Some students even needed to cross the South Saskatchewan River by boat, due to the lack of bridges at the time.
The Little Stone Schoolhouse served many purposes, other than just an educational space. It was used as a gathering space for town meetings, dances, public events, as well as served as the town's library. Therefore, classes were sometimes cut short in order to accommodate the town's larger needs.
Students were also made to follow rules such as entering the schoolhouse through a specific door based on gender. One door was for girls, another for boys. Boys and girls were also not allowed to play together at recess or to do schoolwork together.
Shut up and sit down.
Educational content and attitude were different in pioneer times. Teachers were much stricter and had the authority to assert harsh punishment on misbehaving students. Time-out chairs, circles drawn on the chalkboard in which students had to place their noses in, and even a hard smack with a stick were regular repercussions for misbehaving students.
Life in general was very different during the time of the Little Stone Schoolhouse. The school was not equipped with electricity or running water, so if students were thirsty, they would have to go outside to the well and fetch some water, or use the communal water bucket. If they were cold, they would have to get wood and stoke it on the fire. Since there was no power in the Little Stone Schoolhouse, teachers relied on big windows to let in as much light in as possible. And on dark winter mornings and cloudy days, they relied on kerosene lamps to get the job done.
Educational content varied at this time as well. Students were taught some of the same principles, such as reading, math, and problem solving, but they were also taught things like calligraphy, how to write with a fountain pen, and even piano. Students were also subject to health inspections, where a teacher would inspect children's teeth, clothes, and hands for tidiness. Should a student be unclean, they could be punished.
At the end of each day, students and their teacher would sing their national anthem together, which at the time was God Save the Queen. As more families started coming to Saskatchewan, the city had to accommodate and build schools with more rooms.
A 2-room schoolhouse in 1905,
and an 8-room schoolhouse in 1909.
Instead of demolishing the Little Stone Schoolhouse, they moved it to the University of Saskatchewan to serve as a heritage site and as a reminder of how education in Saskatchewan has evolved.